Want to buy a house and don't know where to start? I'm going to give it to you in just 3 easy steps. I'm Kathleen Booker. I'm a realtor here in the Houston, Texas area, and I'm also a financial coach. I love helping folks that are relocating, that are local, that are retired, find their home, sell their home, purchase an investment property. I have a passion for new construction homes, but I also sell homes in the 1960s, 1950s, just any resale homes. I really just like helping people reach their goal and get into the property or the house that they've always been looking for. I love a challenge, so I like to make sure I make my clients happy and walk them every step of the way through the process. Also, I love finance when it comes to getting rid of debt, having a savings, having an investment, knowing where your money is going. That's my niche, and so I would love to just share what I know with you. To get started in the process, you need to know your finances, and you need to just get off of Zillow, get off of Realtor.com. Looking at houses isn't gonna help you get started in your home journey of purchasing. You need to know what is in your bank account, what goes in every month, what comes out every month. Know exactly a full picture of how much you're spending in certain areas, how much debt that you have. If you don't know this, then we're starting off on the wrong foot. I need you to know what you got going on. So just like you have a food diary when you want to track your weight and you're trying to build muscle or lose weight, you want to have a diary for your finances. So there are plenty of spending apps and budget trackers out there. I personally use the Spending Planner, which is a tool that I created to help folks like myself, like you, to know where your money is going. Basically tracking every dollar and planning every dollar. So that's where you need to start, because looking at homes is just gonna confuse you more. You're gonna fall in love with these houses that you've been sending to family, sending to your friends, and then when you realize you can't afford those homes, you're gonna be very disappointed, and it's hard for you to mind shift and start looking at homes within your budget. So you need to know what's in your pocket first before you start looking at houses that may be past your budget, under your budget. You just need to have a picture. And if you don't get that picture first, the bank is gonna give you a picture of what your finances look like, but they don't know the money that's going to your hair, your nails, your vacations, your happy hour, when you outside with your friends. They don't see all that. So they're gonna say, oh, you make this much, oh, you have this much debt, okay, here's a loan of X amount of dollars. But in reality, you have other additional expenses that they don't see on your credit report. So you need to know what you got going on in your pockets, in your purse, in your little checkbook, in your pocketbook, whatever you call it. So make sure you do that first. In addition, you also wanna track money aside for savings and maintenance, because once you get into a house, let's say you're renting now, you may not have expenses like cutting grass now or a big emergency fund. You might need to save up a little bit more for emergencies to cover a future mortgage and other expenses that you might have, like cutting the grass and buying AC filters and just some of these nuances that you might not have thought about before. Step 2 is finding the right real estate agent. I know we have Google, I know we have TikTok, I know we have YouTube too, and Instagram, and all these platforms where it's easy to get to all the information you need. But there's a reason why the information is out there, because if you're not an expert in that field of what you're trying to get information on, and you're not, getting a degree or a certification or getting licensed for that, it's a quick way to digest information, and then it sometimes negatively makes you feel like you're the guru for that particular topic, but you don't have the experience. So while you are looking up what is an escrow, what is closing fees, what is a home inspector, what do they do? It's nice, but you don't need to invest hours and hours and hours trying to figure out the home buying process, all the real estate terms. That's what I studied for. That's what real estate agents around you study for and got their license for. You need to get with the real estate agent who's an expert in the field so that they can guide you on the process. They are your map. It's a one-stop shop of someone you can go to with all your questions, that can educate you, that can walk with you step by step. When issues happen, when there's a bump in the road, when there's a detour in your plan, they're there to help pivot and still get you back on track to where you're trying to go, which is purchasing a house. This agent is similar to a football coach. They are gonna build your team and put your team together. They are gonna scout the lender for you if you don't already have one. They're gonna scout the title company for you if you don't already have one. They're gonna scout some home inspectors for you to choose from if you don't already know of one. They're gonna scout the home warranty companies, and they're not necessarily having to do a lot of work per se to get this team together, but they have a reservoir of experts in their pocket that they can pull on, that they've worked with, that they have experience with, that they might have recommendations for to send to you so that you don't have to do that legwork yourself. So when it comes to looking for a real estate agent, definitely start with your inner circle. Ask your friends, ask your family members that you might know of that have recently purchased a house or sold their house. Like, hey, do you recommend your real estate agent? Do you have a real estate agent that you know of that you can send me? You also want to vet the agents that you choose. Look at their Google reviews. The receipts don't lie, boo. So check, see what their reviews are looking like. Just like you go on Amazon, before you spend money on something, you might scroll down to see what people have said in the last couple months, over the last years of that particular item. What went wrong, what went well, what they liked about them. And so use that as a guide to help you. Number 3, choose the right lender. Yes, your agent is pulling people on your team similar to a football coach, and so they are going to send you some lenders as options, but it is up to you to pick which lender you go with. However, some folks might feel like, I can find a lender on my own. Like, I bank with Chase. I bank with Wells Fargo. Oh, I have a bank with Bank of America. Let me just go in and apply for a mortgage loan. It's easy. I already have my checking accounts and bank, savings accounts set up. No. Do you go to a Chinese buffet to get chicken nuggets? Do you go to a Chinese buffet to eat French fries? You are gonna go to Chick-fil-A for the chicken nuggets. You are going to go to McDonald's for the French fries. That's where I get my French fries from. Or Wingstop. The same way you wouldn't go to a Chinese buffet to get some chicken nuggets. You wouldn't go into Bank of America and say, I need a VA loan because I want to buy a house and I used to be in the military. No, you want to go to the Chick-fil-A lender of VA loans because they make chicken. That's all they make is chicken. That's all they do is veteran loans. They live, breathe it in and out. So yes, you can, if you choose to, which I wouldn't, go to Chase to get a VA loan, or go to Wells Fargo to get, another particular loan that might offer national-wide programs that are available that you can get anywhere else. But you want to make sure that you are getting with a lender that is experienced in what you need in order to purchase a house. I have seen situations where clients have went with the lender because it's who they bank with, and they end up losing thousands of dollars and not closing on their home because of a mistake that lender made. And it's not necessarily something that can happen to everybody, but it does happen. And your real estate agent already has worked with lenders that they've recommended to you, and so they vetted them out for you. And usually when they recommend a lender, they already know, okay, this is your situation, this is what you got going on. Oh, you're looking for down payment assistance programs, or you're looking for jumbo loans. Oh, you're looking for programs that are good for healthcare workers. I'm a doctor, I'm a nurse. That real estate agent will then suggest that particular lender or a few lenders that meets your needs. So unless you are banked with a credit union, this is the exception, credit unions offer really good interest rates. So unless you're banked with a credit union, I definitely would recommend checking out the lenders that your real estate agent provides and see if that works for you. You can always start with the lender and just get a quote, see what they offer, and still not make your final decision right then and there. You can still change lenders when you get closer to the buying process. But again, your real estate agent will talk to you and guide you through that as well. So again, first, you want to know your finances. Number 2, get a real estate agent. Number 3, pick a loan officer. And that's it. 3 steps. I promise, that's all you need to know. Your dream to your next chapter in life with purchasing a property, selling a property, you're gonna get there, and it's not as hard as you think. Your dream to home ownership, selling a home, investing in a home is not that far away. It is realistic and it can be done in 3 easy steps, and trust the process. You're gonna get there, but you're not gonna get there alone. I got you if you need me. And then if you also need information about the spending planner, check the description under this video.